What is going on, guys? Let me turn that off. Welcome in. Get my bearings here, figure out what I'm doing. This is my first live, and for those of you who have followed the channel before, you know that I do something called Living the Dream. It's normally, I got like a few cameras going here too, so bear with me, guys. You might even see me shake a little bit, but you know that I do this thing called Living the Dream. It's something I like to do in the summer. Starting a little bit earlier this year, just hit 1,000 followers and growing on TikTok, and wanted to take advantage of live stream on 2 different platforms. So we're on TikTok, and we are on Facebook, the channel page, whatever you want to call it. So we have some very fun stuff in store today. First is we are going to talk about some music. You might have heard that if you tuned in a little early. Got a book here that I'm going to read a little excerpt from. For those of you who've ever watched the Dan Le Batard show or listened to it, anything like that, Stu Gatz, he does this thing called Weekend Observations. I'm going to do my version of it, and we got a few other things for you. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I have no idea how long this will take. I'm guessing 15-20 minutes. We'll figure it out. This will get recorded and posted on YouTube as well, so you guys can watch it again as you please, or watch for the first time if you didn't make it to the live. So where do we start? Well, let's start with a drink. How about that? So today, I did a TikTok recently on, it was something house. I can't remember the name. Craft House. Craft House Liquors, and it was a Moscow Mule. And I talked about this brand right here, the Monaco Moscow Mule. So I figured, well, you know, let's go ahead and enjoy one of these. I love the carbonation in this. I love the sweet flavor. Put that off to the side. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. All right. So next, if you guys were able to show up a little early, a little special treat for you. I was playing this music right here. Let me take the sleeve off so it doesn't shine. And this is Forever Changes by the band Love, and it is absolutely one of my favorite all-time records. I believe, as proof, show it to you here, ranked 40th on Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time. I think this was, they redid this after 2000 for sure. I can't remember where it was at that, but still, this album was in the top 50, so check it out. Love Forever Changes. Just a terrific album. Make sure everyone gets a good look at it. And plus that art. How do you not love that? Here you go. So next, I'm going to just skip over the serious talk, the serious nonsense. You know, the world has been crazy enough the past year. You guys don't need me to remind you about it. I am going to say, though, happy Final Countdown Day. That's right. It is April 3rd, 2021, or 4321. Yep. Also, if you have not, make sure you've checked out the Space Jam A New Legacy trailer. We're not going to compare the two. Let's just stop that right there, and let's just get over that. I'm tired of trying to compare this. From the preview, we saw Iron Giants in it, so I'm already excited about that. Already stoked about the fact that they referenced Gandalf, Iron Giant, a couple other people. So go check out the trailer. Don Cheadle's in it. He's awesome. But I want to do something I'm really excited about and I put some effort into. And I've got this instrument here to help me with the sound effects. But for those of you who have watched or listened to the Dan Le Batard show, like I said, Stu Gatz, Weekend Observations. And these are meant to be funny, a little serious, a little topical, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So with no further ado, let me present to you Tony Kaye's Life Observations. And in classic Stu Gatz fashion, I will just stare right at this because I just typed it out this morning, just got it printed. So I haven't even actually read over this in the order that it's in. And I'm going to blame, I don't know, I'll blame Mike Ryan from the show for not checking these before I came on air. So here we go. Guys, it's been almost 1 year. We had a pandemic, a presidential election, Tom Brady won another Super Bowl and LeBron James another NBA title. But make no mistake about it, guys, you can relax because living the dream is back. Kevin Durant, Michael Rappaport, DMs, controversial content. The only thing more fragile on KD than his body are his emotions. Stephen A. Smith, trying to say Michael Rappaport broke an unwritten rule of the streets is just about the pinnacle of chode. Stephen A. too scared to go at KD. The new Chicago Bulls ownership, and yes, I will take breaks during this as well. I'm supposed to keep going at this. If you watch the show, you'll understand this is just part of how it goes, both for here and the Dan Le Batard Show. The new Chicago Bulls ownership and coach have done more in their first year to improve this team in a meaningful way than the John Paxson and Gar Forman era did in their entire tenure. They had decades to get this right, and instead led the team to the slaughter consistently. To be 100% clear, they were a joke. You know what the P in Paxson stands for? Piss poor performance. P cubed. You know what the F in Foreman stands for? Flop. President Biden, might be time to get one of those electric chairs you ride up and down the stairs. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but I hate the geese, waterfowl, water peasants, rats of the air. Kyrie Irving, no longer the most drama-prone player on the Nets. Watch out, he won't be in second for long. Netflix, shame on you for taking away The Office. I got nothing else, just screw you, Netflix. Magic the Gathering, Reserve List, Value Town? Vintage Players, Chodes? How'd that get in there? Sorry. The Chicago Bears were in the hunt for Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, and Russell Wilson. They ended with Andy Dalton. The Red Rifle. That's like telling your family you're going to make them a nice home-cooked meal and serving TV dinners that are not fully cooked and sort of expired. Speaking of TV dinners, am I the only one that for a brief time thought that the banquet Salisbury steak was a decent meal? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. You guys know I'm right. You know I'm right. The Steelers running it back with Big Ben because an aging quarterback who can't play a full season is exactly what you want when the league has increased its games and increased the games in the playoffs. I hate both the Steelers and the Bears. Not really. They're actually my two favorite football teams. Jesus, I hate them. Speaking of Jesus, Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl in his mid-40s with a new team during a pandemic is just about as Tom Brady as it gets. Dodgers could say they made the right bet. That's a pun for all you sports fans. I'm really wondering about the people who refuse to wear a mask and go into places where a sign says, wear a mask. I'm not saying they're unintelligent, but you have to admit, it's sort of funny a 4-year-old puts up less of a fight to wear a mask than most adults. Also, if you go to a store purposely trying to instigate a mask-wearing conflict, I want you to know, I hope you trip over your own feet, hit the ground, face first, causing you to chip a tooth. Not that I want you to suffer life-altering pain, but I'm sure you will wear a mask to hide those broken chompers. It must be hell having to wear a piece of cloth over your mouth in consideration of others. Speaking of hell, Martin Shkreli. Those are Tony's life observations. Just like Stu Gotts. If you haven't listened to that show, I really suggest it. It is not just sports related, it's life related. Alright, so I've got a couple other things here that we're going to do. I see I have some people on TikTok. Thank you so much for joining. If you could help me out and just tap the screen consistently throughout this and just send some likes, fill up the pink bar. Shameless plug, but it actually helps me out just as much as you being here. Because not everyone knows about me yet. So that's an easy way to help me out. And it does tell me when you do it. So I'm keeping track. So here we go, guys. Let's open a pack of Magic Commander Legends. And if you know me, you know that I struggle to open a pack. I had one other weekend or life observation. I'm gonna have to come back to it. I thought about it right before I came on to this, and I want to make sure I did it. Alright. God, I should have wrote that one down. I'm gonna be kicking myself. That was a good one. So I'm gonna skip over the comments and uncomments, although Perry's perfect. Alright, rares. We got Command Beacon. That's a pretty decent land, right? Couple of janky uncommon commanders, and that's that. Alright. We'll do another pack a little later. So, I got a treat for you guys. A couple of you know exactly what this is. So this, make sure everyone gets a good look at it. This is called Can Holding a Fart In Kill You? I keep pausing at the wrong point, but Can Holding a Fart In Kill You? And 150 other good questions. And first off, I've walked around the basement of the office for about since I got this book, basically about 2 weeks, and I've just walking around reading. So hopefully people have seen the title, because tell me that's not funny. Tell me that's not a funny title. But so what I thought would be a treat is that I would choose, just choose one of these at a time, and we'll just choose the first one in the book. It's not the fart one. Sorry, you're gonna have to hang out a little longer for that. But this one actually was surprising. So let me get a sip of my delicious mule. I can't tell you how weird it is to drink on camera. It's like admitting you're an alcoholic when you're just trying to drink for content purposes. Alright, so can holding a fart in kill you? And 150 other questions. Our question today, boys and girls, is can the Great Wall of China be seen from space? Oh, here we go. So this was a good one. This was a good one. It is commonly said that the Great Wall of China is the only human-made structure that can be seen with the naked eye from space or the moon. This assertion has been perpetuated as a question in the board game Trivial Pursuit. I just wanted to start with that. I'm not going to read this all. That frustrated me. I'm like, ooh. Here comes the hook. One school of thought is that the claim was made to convey the enormous scale of the wall and the vastness of human achievement in building it. It is now accepted that statement is false. Not only is it false, but it has been proven false by multiple different astronauts, because you know the people who go to space. The truth is, you actually cannot see with the naked eye from space much of the difference between the continents and the water. So you wouldn't be able to. If we're talking about as soon as you leave the atmosphere, nah, it ain't happening. Ain't happening. So there you go. You cannot see the Great Wall of China from space. It is not the only man-made structure, and in fact, you cannot see anything from space in great detail with the naked eye. So what do you guys think? How are we doing? What do we got here? We've been going at this here for about 13, 14 minutes. Not bad. For those of you who know me, and I'm guessing that of all the people who actually showed up live, thank you. I'm guessing almost all of you are going to get this. I put more work into this than I do into some meeting agendas in terms of getting prepped. Like, I had everything ready, but then, like, writing it down, I made an actual agenda. It was kind of lame, but, you know, you do what you do. All right. Well, speaking of an agenda, I brought us some jokes. So I'm going to do a couple of them now. Going to come back to them here after we do one more pack, a couple other things, and then we'll call the show. So here we go. First joke. How do you spot a blind man at a nudist colony? It's not hard. But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's the kind of jokes we tell. I tried phone sex once, but the holes were too small. Yep. Let's do something non-sexual. Why can't your nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. What happened there? Alright, and God, I can't believe I saved this one. The sexual position formerly known as 69 is now known as 96. Due to the economy, the cost of eating has gone up. Sorry. I don't know. Alright, let's open another pack. Appreciate you guys being here, I really do. Wasn't really sure. I figured that for this first time I needed to just do stuff that I was relatively comfortable with, not get too crazy, and just have some fun with it. So, here's our rare Austere Command. Not bad. Not too bad. Don't really care. Mystic Turtle. Mystic Turtle. And then our foil is just the solvent. So, I'm not really going to make all the non-magic watchers out there go through all this with me. So what else do we got here? Let's take another sip of this. Finish this show up, huh? So thank you guys so much. These last few jokes here are just to get us out of here on a positive note. I hope everyone is staying safe out there. I hope everyone is living their own version of the dream. I'll be doing lives more often. But also, I believe we'll start doing these every 2 weeks again. You know, start the season up a little sooner. And we will actually, we probably won't do every episode of Living the Dream Live, but I'll try to do something like this every couple of weeks. And we'll just keep having fun. So, the next episode, I can guarantee you 2 things I want to talk about is what does it mean to live the dream? And I want to show you guys 2 things that have been given to me that are advertisements for the channel. With that being full of semen. A submarine. I need to get one of those pads. What did the hurricane say to the coconut palm tree? Hold on to your nuts. This is no ordinary blowjob. What did one butt cheek say to the other? Together, we can stop this shit. And last but not least, and again, thank you guys so much. What do you call a herd of masturbating cows? Yes, I asked you. I asked you exactly what you thought you heard there. Beef stroking off. Thank you guys so much. This was great. We'll see you next time.